Maui is more than just surf and sand. We take you to some places you might not even think about.
We have another great Chardonnay, and this one has its roots in France.
And in this day of quick online deals, why it's still important to have a travel agent.
Plus, we take in a golf course tucked into the mountains of Utah.
Aloha, everyone. Cheers.
Aloha.
We could do a whole show on Maui, and we are here right now, and we are going to take you to some places that you must see and do when you're here.
And everything is healthy and invigorating.
Sure, there is golf, laying around on the beach, and eating some great food, but Maui offers a lot for the mind and the heart.
Take a look at these views from high atop Maui, about 4,000 feet in elevation.
This part of Maui is known as the Upcountry. It's filled with farms and lush botanical gardens. The volcanic soil here is what makes the Maui onion so sweet.
Maui is the center of the farm-to-table process that is integral to Hawaii regional cuisine on all the islands.
We are on our way to the Ali'i Kula Lavender Farm. This is a place that is magical and calming for the spirit. Your heart rate slows a bit and you breathe a bit deeper.
And why not? You are surrounded by lavender plants. Lavender is an essential oil known to relieve tension and pain while helping blood circulation and respiratory problems. The fresh aroma can make you feel like it is washing you clean, which is what lavender means in Latin.
And there's a whole lot of cleansing happening here. There are 55,000 plants on more than 13 acres. There are other plants here too, but lavender permeates the place.
Now, lavender is not native to Maui, but it has acclimated well to the cool, dry climate.
The lavender was given to the artist and master gardener Ali'i Chang in 2001, who saw the plant as a true work of art. Little did he realize how much of the canvas lavender would occupy. Ali'i died in 2011, and his farm is a beautiful tribute to his memory.
The lavender plant he received as a gift is just kind of going off and blooming. So he was actually more interested by how well it grew, despite neglecting the property, but wasn't too impressed by how it looked. And you could admit, compared to tropical flowers, they must seem relatively dull, right? Greenish gray bush, only one color. So he didn't know the commercial value of lavender. But in 1999, serendipity hit again, and lavender ended up being named Herb of the Year. So all these articles started coming out about different uses for them, bath and body products, culinary stuff.
Now, the Lavender Farm also has ties to the new Hawaii, catering to the island's emphasis on sustainable stewardship. The farm offers a lot of education about the aloha spirit and Hawaiians' relationship to the land.
They also produce numerous products like lavender creams and aromatic oils.
And they also create their famous lavender scones with lavender honey. Both of these were delicious.
So after you've had a full few days of fun and you need to wind down, try the Ali'i Kula Lavender Farms.
And now that we have you relaxed, let's get you a little buzzed.
This is the Maui Wine Vineyard in Ullapool, famous for pineapple wine and some great views.
This kauri tree from New Zealand is 1,000 years old.
King David Kalakaua, known as the Merry Monarch and the last monarch of Hawaii, loved this place. He revived surfing, the ukulele, and the hula dance during his reign. Clearly, he loved a good time. He would have made a great undercover Jetsetter.
Yeah, this was his favorite place on the island. He would come here and entertain back in the late 19th century, and why not?
These posts are the hula circle, made from Italian cypress trees. This is where hula dancers performed in celebration of his arrival.
Now, King Kalakaua loved champagne, so the winery makes several sparkling wines in his honor.
They have the Maui Splash, a sparkling wine made with pineapple. Very enjoyable. It is refreshing with a touch of that pineapple taste. This is perfect for a tropical day.
It is one of the many wines you can taste at the tasting room here.
The vineyard has 16 acres of grapes, along with eucalyptus trees that offer a different terroir.
They produce other grapes such as Syrah, Malbec, Grenache, Chenin Blanc, and Viognier.
Here are two that we enjoy.
The Melee is a red blend. The grapes are from California. This was well-rounded and would do great with any meat, even pork.
The Lokalani was a real surprise. This is a sparkling rosé, also using grapes from California, and it's a blend of Pinot Noir and Chardonnay, dry and delightful with fun bubbles.
Now next, head to Copani Heritage Gardens. This too is quiet and solemn. visited by many people. This is a tribute to the many cultures that immigrated here to form the Hawaii of today.
Most visitors know of the Asian influence, especially the Japanese, Chinese, and Filipinos, but Portugal and their many explorers had a big influence here too, as did many folks from the New England states.
And there's also a tribute to many African Americans that came here.
A lot of the serenity here also comes from the bamboo forest.
You have to take a walk into the bamboo forest and to experience the tranquility and beauty of the bamboo for yourself.
It's mysterious and serene at the same time.
Maui is a tough place to leave after 1 week. It has so much to see, do, and offer. You will be invigorated, but you also can get deeply in touch with yourself.
There were people we traveled with who fervently said they were never going to leave.
And in future shows, we will have more stories from Maui.
And when we come back, how an award-winning French winemaker brings us another great Chardonnay.
And welcome back. Our quest to find the greatest Chardonnay in the world has led us to France.
And this Pouilly Fuisse is an award-winning classic.
So this is the Pouilly Fuisse Clos de Car, or it looks like quartz.
It does look like quartz, but it's called car.
And
That's how you pronounce it in French.
Dakar means the best part.
Yes.
And I gotta tell you, Pouilly Fuisse for me has always been, I'll have it with chicken. And that's all I'm gonna have it with.
Mm-hmm.
This has changed my mind. I mean, we have meats and cheese here. I think I could drink this on its own. And I couldn't say that about a Pouilly Fuisse a while ago. And I don't know if it's me. I think it's just, this is a fabulous Pouilly Fuisse.
Well, and I would completely agree with you wholeheartedly because it's made by one of the best Chardonnay wine makers in the world.
Dominique
Lafont. Yes, correct.
In fact, one critic said of him that he was chosen by the deity to make Chardonnay.
Well, and it kind of makes sense because I've also heard rumors that he turns red wine drinkers into white wine drinkers with his magic that he does in Chardonnay. And not just Chardonnay, all white wines, but Chardonnay is his specialite. And with the Pouilly Fuisse, he has done some magic with this one. Absolutely, because it's just an amazing blend of minerality combined with acidity, combined with that great buttery creaminess. It's not aged for very long in oak. It's aged in new French oak, actually. And so it's got this creamy, buttery, full-bodied Chardonnay flavor that just, it gives you everything you want, anytime you want, with anything you want. Right?
But a couple of ironies here. The first is that even though it's new oak, he's got vines that are 100 years old.
That's right. Yes, absolutely. So the vineyard that he acquired recently and produced this great 2012 Pouilly Fuisse was a 100-year-old vineyard of Chardonnay, and actually that's very rare. You can have a 100-year-old Zinfandel vineyard, you can have a lot of red wine vineyards and grapes, but Chardonnay grapes, not really. Mm-hmm. You know, you're forcing them. They're planted very close together in this vineyard. That's another thing. So as being planted so close together, they're competing with each other, and in competing with each other, they're forcing each other to grow into like this amazing Chardonnay grape, which this grape and this wine is 100% Chardonnay. It's phenomenal. It really is.
I heard everything you're saying, even though I was eating at the same time too. I was enjoying the Pouilly Fuisse. The other irony is, and you mentioned this to me when we took the first taste of it, was that it really has. You can taste Europe. You can taste the land in France here, and it's a big difference. You know, when you really get to know, and you've taught me this more than anything else. The California's just big. It just kind of it overwhelms you. It's just typical of Americans. We're right out there. We're just kind of, here's what we got for you. In France or in Europe, there's a subtlety to it.
Right.
And this, I think, brings that out, and you said that perfectly.
Well, and it's very condensed flavor, so I think that's the key to it, and it's such a perfect Burgundian wine, because Burgundy, I think, makes the greatest Chardonnay, Pouilly Fuisse. Montrachet's one of my favorites. That's Dominique. That's his other great wine that he's won awards for from there. And they just make the greatest French white wines and Chardonnays infused to create something that is so filled with flavor, but at the same time it's very finessed. It's very elegant, it's very sophisticated, it's got layers upon layer. The more you drink it, the more you acquire that flavor and that taste for it, and then you grow to understand terroir, and winemaking is different in different places, and that's the beauty in the artistry of winemaking.
Now, you have certainly a more sophisticated palate than I do. I mean, mine's getting there thanks to you. The person who is just a regular Chardonnay drinker, I think they'd be able to see that, because I picked this up. There's an elegance to this.
It's approachable, it's balanced, it's something that anybody who loves white wine is going to fall in love with. And frankly, if you're a red wine drinker, if this is your first white wine that you're going to fall in love with, it's probably your first white wine you're going to fall in love with.
It's a good choice, yeah.
And one key tip, don't let it sit in the fridge. If you're going to drink it, take it out of the fridge for at least an hour to 2 hours before you're going to drink it, and then have it, because it actually changes the flavor profile so profoundly. It's very, very different, and it really creates something much more refined and much more dynamic. So you need to have it at the right temperature to get all of its beauty and delicacy and just layers that it has to offer you. And do it. Just go for it. Try it. I think it'd be a great thing.
Yeah. This is a very, very good Chardonnay, and it is called the Pouilly Fuisse Descartes, the best part, and Dominique Lafont.
Dominique Lafont, we
Cheers
toast
to
you. Cheers. Congratulations on another amazing wine.
And we'll be looking at more Chardonnays and other shows. Now, if you have one, drop us a line on Twitter at UCFoodieTV, hashtag Undercover Jetsetter.
And when we come back, why you really need a travel agent in today's travel world.
And welcome back. Now, many of you can actually book a vacation with the click of a mouse, but is it really saving you time and money?
That's right, and especially don't rely on yourself if you're booking a dream trip, a milestone, or a destination, anniversary, wedding, anything like that. Use a travel agent.
Booking travel is pretty complex, and yes, you can do that on your own, and there are opportunities where, simple vacations certainly is something that you can do. But
Brennan Cornell is the VP of Sales for GoGo Vacations. They work directly with travel agents to give them all the support they need to take care of you. He tells us there are 3 big reasons to have a travel agent. The first is that travel today, with so many choices, can be complex.
It's always good to have an expert weigh in. When you're actually looking to book travel, you're faced with thousands of options, and it's good to get that professional advice and professional opinion. I always reckon it to look at, we always consult a lawyer or a doctor or a tax professional for their professional services to guide us to make the right decisions or to help us with whatever we need. So I really believe that working with travel agents is the same sort of distinction and in their professionalism and what they can do to actually help guide and influence the decision to make the right vacation and find the right match for what the customer's looking for.
The second reason is that big event.
Absolutely, and especially if they're booking a destination wedding or a milestone event or something like that, they really want to make it special, and the travel agent is the expert for them to consult for that.
Absolutely, there's so many different options in the group space. It's actually a trend that we're seeing a lot of growth in, and even here in destination in Hawaii, there's a lot of meeting and incentives and destination weddings that are actually coming to destination here in Hawaii.
And the third reason is that something could go wrong, especially with Mother Nature. That online booking engine is not going to pick up the phone for you.
Well, one of the great things with working with a travel agent is that you do have that relationship with someone that you can reach out to. And one of the great things we do with GoGo Vacations and all of our brands that are within our collection is supporting the travel agent customer with our 24/7 team, as well as supporting the end user, our travelers. And one of the products that we offer anyone who purchases travel through us with their travel agent is a service called 24/7, and those are employees of ours that work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We never close, and they're on standby to help with questions and to help with rebooking. And you could be in destination and be concerned about a weather event, and of course when those things happen, the first thing that does occur is that many of the travel suppliers, like an airline or the such like that, will have long waits on their phones when you call. And so having a travel agent you can reach out to via email or text, or reaching out to GoGo and being able to get a line in to help with rebooking is a really valuable thing and an asset. And the fact that we employ those individuals and they work here in the United States, and you're actually speaking to someone who lives in the United States and that is servicing their booking, is a really great advantage for anyone who books and does business with GoGo Vacations. It's giving them that peace of mind that there's always someone there that they can talk to and that can help them with assisting in any of their travel plans, or there's always a great opportunity that you're just loving a destination so much and you want to stay longer. You can call in the middle of the night or in a different time zone and extend your vacation as well.
Let's hope that is the only reason we call our travel agent.
And if you're looking for a travel agent to book that bucket list trip for you, all you got to do is go to jetsetterdeals.com. We'll find one for you.
And when we come back, we have a golf course that owes a lot to Shakespeare. Welcome back. So if you are heading to the Shakespeare Festival in southern Utah, don't forget to bring your clubs.
That's because there's a golf course up there you need to play that shows off the region. Cedar City Golf Course just screams Utah. The orange-red color hills and mountains are perfectly framed by the green. It's also right near the Shakespeare Festival. And you're so close to the Shakespeare Festival.
Yeah.
Did Shakespeare play golf?
That's a good question. I'm not sure, but we sure get a lot of Shakespeare fans that come and play here. When the festival starts in June, really things pick up in the summer months, and a lot of Shakespeare people playing golf with their trip here.
So if someone's coming to the Shakespeare Festival, do they need to plan ahead of time as far as getting a tee time?
No, we actually don't even take tee times. It works out fantastic. We're quite busy, but we're just a walk-on golf course, and we've experimented with both ways, and it just seems to work out the best this way. So they would probably want to call ahead just to make sure we don't have a function or a tournament that day. But as long as we don't have an event planned, it's just come on in. And I haven't, in 2.5 years, I've never seen more than about a 15-minute wait.
Jared Barnes is the head pro at the Cedar City Golf Course, which is unique in a number of ways. First, it's really the only game in town. You're about 30 miles away from any other courses. And second, it is a par 73.
We are, yeah. We've got 5 par 5s. They did a little reconfiguration a few years ago and did a land swap. And when it came out with a par 73. But it works out really well. A lot of chances for birdie on those par 5s.
Third, you have to realize you're playing at a much higher altitude.
If they're from sea level or closer to sea level, the ball definitely flies farther here in Utah, up at the elevation we have. I hear people talk about 15 to 20% farther from sea level to here.
So if I hit my 9-iron at sea level 140 yards, what am I going to hit my 9-iron here?
Well, you're going to hit it. You're going to make me do math, but you're going to hit it. You're going to hit it about 155, 160. Something like that. It's quite a difference from sea level. I notice it the opposite direction when I go play sea level. I don't hit it as far.
So when you're hitting into the mountains, it's take extra club too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Anytime you're hitting into the mountains or uphill, you're going to want to take a little extra club because that's just the natural slope of the terrain as you're playing up into the hills. So, and then the opposite, the hole you played today, number 11, it plays downhill, so it plays actually shorter than what the yardage is going to tell you.
He's talking about the signature par 3 11th hole. The tee box is elevated above the green from about 140 yards, and I clearly hit the ball farther with a 9-iron. Fortunately, I knew that, so I hit a knockdown and was able to get it to the green, but I missed my birdie for a par. When I'm putting, do I look for anything as far as the slope of the mountain?
Yeah.
Do I look, in Vegas, they have the Stratosphere Tower.
Right.
You look for the Stratosphere, everything's going to the Stratosphere.
Right.
There is no Stratosphere.
No, just the mountains. And yeah, as a general rule, everything breaks away from the mountains.
Now, we should mention that the greens were just sanded as part of the maintenance on the day that we played here, so they are actually much greener normally. Now, you can play here almost year-round. The winter months at this elevation, they will get some snow. When it is warm, though, give it a try.
It's affordable. 18 holes with a cart is $36 right now, which is a really affordable rate. And, it's just a great area. Besides the Shakespeare Festival, we've got 5 national parks within about 80 miles of us.
The course restaurant has food, but the only adult beverage is beer. But don't worry, we've shown you plenty of good eats and drinks for you after the round, so you can talk about how far you hit the ball here.
So is there a really big difference with the elevation?
It's at least a 10-yard difference from sea level, and your ball is going to go farther. So when you are playing there, you've got to keep in mind your distance accuracy. It'll help your game.
Well, and if you're looking to put together a golf trip of your own, go to jetsetterdeals.com. They will help you and take care of everything for you. It'll be a great experience.
Talk about distance accuracy. Perfect.
Absolutely. Cheers.
Cheers.
Aloha from Maui.
Mahalo.